Did you hear that? One of those final few lines that she sang. I was lost, but now I'm found. Well, nearly 25 years ago, this woman was lost. And she came to a Christmas program very similar to this one, here in this building. And she became found because she looked at that little baby and found the hope that she needed for her life. And now she is found. Thank you. We all love little babies. I remember about 5 years ago, I had a granddaughter, and she was 3 months old, and we'd taken her on a vacation, and we were looking for hot water to warm up a bottle. And all the food carts said, no cups. You had to pay for them. But we went up to one of the carts and said, could we have a cup of hot water so we could warm up the bottle for the baby? Of course. Yes, you can have a cup. People love babies. They'll do anything for a baby, and I think that's why at Christmas time we gravitate to the Christ child as a baby. He's safe. He's innocent. And he's full of love for each one of us. I was lost at one time, and he found me. And though I've been a Christian for many, many years, I've gone through the same kind of struggles that everyone in the world faces. For the Bible says that in this world you will have trouble, but he comes with us through it. He helps us through it. He helps us to find that peace that's within that storm that we may be going through. He gives us the answers that we may be looking for, because it also says in the Bible that if anyone lacks wisdom, ask, and I will give it to you. Just this week, my mom had major surgery on Thursday, actually, and I'm an operating room nurse, and you can imagine I worried about a boatload of things that most people don't worry about. And I knew I could have had a horrible morning worrying about my mom. But as we waited in that little room for them to take her to the operating room, this doctor came in and said, "May I pray for you?" And he took her hand and laid his other hand on her forehead, and he prayed a most incredible prayer. I've never heard a doctor do that before. He said it was the calling on his life to do that for his patients. And I gave him a big hug. We had tears in our eyes, and we thanked him. My mom received so much more peace at that moment, as I did. And as I was sitting in the waiting room later, I was all by myself. I was still kind of imagining all the things she was going through at that moment. This woman, a very odd-looking woman, shuffled in, and she looked straight at me, and she said, "Peace be with you, for with God all things are possible." I smiled at her and agreed, and then she turned and shuffled out, and it was as if she disappeared out of the doorway. And I was, I don't know, an angel? I'm going to assume it was an angel because I needed to hear that. And it was just affirmed to me that the good Lord gives us that peace that we need during those situations when everything is out of our control. Peace. I mean, my mom is still going through a difficult period, but she's going to be fine. And I had the most incredible peace that morning for 5 hours, for I was reminded how much God loved me and wanted me to know that he was there. And that's all of our prayers, all the time, that he be with us.